How's it? Today is Friday, July 9th, and it's Big Friday. This is the second session I've had, second Big Friday I've had at 24 Hour Fitness. And today was actually lighter than last week because 2 weeks ago I failed every single snatch I had at standard strength. And so last week Steve wanted me to just push for a heavy one and then with some down sets, but he kind of wanted to take it back down and have me execute to the point where these weights, 90 and 125, generally are easy to make and are very consistent makes. And I think I was able to execute on that today. My snatches today felt pretty good overall. Just overall, I'm like pretty happy with how they felt. I given some thought, I'm not sure whether or not this platform's actually level. And I think that maybe if it is level, then the platform I've been training on at standard is not level. So it just feels like I'm able to make the lifts more often. And I don't know what it is that I'm doing that has allowed me to do that. So I really don't think it's something internal to me. I know that's a really weird thought to think about, but it is something that I feared when moving locations, right? Is using different equipment, using new bars, new plates, and everything. But it seems like I'm more consistent on these uh, weights. So generally, I'm pretty happy with the move. In any case, the pounds here are as close to the kilo numbers that I would be hitting, right? So normally I go like 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So 20 is 44, 80 is 80, or sorry, 40 is 88. So that's the biggest discrepancies, that first weight. Oh, and also this weight here. Normally I go from 80 to 85. So 80 is like 176, so 175-ish. And the 85 is like 187. And so there's no 187, right? So I end up just rounding to 190 because I'd rather take the bigger jump first and round a little bit earlier. So this is that second set right there was solid as hell. It's the probably the best one I did today. Did on the day. Sorry. Yeah, that was definitely the best one I did on the day. Super interesting today because when G1 got in, so G1 got in a lot earlier than I did, and that's has been typical about everything, every lifting session I've had in the last couple of weeks. G1's just there before me because I'm late. Not because he's early, it's just literally because I'm late. But the platforms were not open, and so we ended up sharing this one here. I think, if at all possible, I like sharing. That's how I learned how to lift. I think the most is I learned a lot from watching my brother lift, and by virtue of lifting at 24 Hour Fitness on Maui, there was only one platform, and so when I ended up lifting with him, it was just like a lot of switching of the weights, and I have no problem with that. So it's a thought. So the snatches were up to 200, which is like 198. So, or sorry, we're up to 90 kilos, which is like 198, and I ended up rounding that to 200 to get the closest I could. And then my clean and jerks were up to 125-ish, so 275 more or less. One thing that I was working on today for both the snatch and the clean was extending with my legs rather than throwing my hips or just sneaking my way under the bar. And it was a lot better today for snatches. And the cleans actually were a lot better today up until my first top set. So 255, which you saw two clips ago, was the best 255 I've done in a very, 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 very long time. Like clean specifically. The jerks have been pretty good lately, so the clean itself has been the challenging part for me, which is really weird to think about given my history. But these cleans at 275 do take a lot out of me. Here's my last one. They are a little bit better than they were a couple weeks ago, but it's still I'm still ending up with a lot less power than I would like and a lot less height than I would like, and I'm able to just sneak under the bar, which is not good. That jerk was also very bad. I would have that might have been a red light for some judges. After that, I moved into some front squats, which I haven't done in a very long time. Ordinarily, I do pause front squats, and these are not that. These are just normal tempo front squats, and I don't know how much I can actually do. I think the most I've ever done is 345 or 350, and spoiler alert, I did not get anywhere close to that today. I ended up doing the 335, which I think honestly I can probably pause front squat more than that. I think it's a function of the tempo and the reversal of the momentum, sort of the like at the bottom of the hole. When I pause front squat, I can just allow my upper back to be set. But for this, you have to overcome the energy of the bar. You see how I curl up a lot there like that. Even though the bar moves really well, it's pretty difficult for me. And this one, I just gave up. I felt a lot of pain in my calf, my right calf, like right behind my knee. That does actually happen a lot when I squat frequently. It just doesn't typically happen when I pause front squat, but it does when I regular back squat, and so it's not uncommon for me to experience that type of discomfort. But anyway, my downsets were about 10% less, so I ended up rounding up to 300 for 3 sets of 3, which I think in the grand scheme of things is probably some of the higher volume I've ever done on front squat. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think like even in the past, like I would do downsets at 130 for the pause front squat, and this is above 135. This is like 137-ish. So pretty happy with that. And then just to finish off, I did some pull-ups and then one set of abs because I got really lazy and actually needed to head out to get ready for work. But yeah, overall this past week was pretty good. I didn't have work the whole week because my sister was in town. I love hanging out with them. Very fun. I miss them a lot already. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Just back on the grind. Thank you for watching. Shoots.